Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today I'm talking to Mike and, well, Mike, can you introduce yourself? Can you tell us what we're going to talk about?
Okay, my name is Mike. I'm from Antarctic Games in New Zealand, solo game developer, and we're going to be talking about 30 Minutes to Extinction, which is my first game I put out on Steam for release.
In a nutshell, what kind of game are we talking about?
This one's just a fast 30-minute game where you have to destroy the three alien generals and get their keys while facing waves of enemies coming at you.
That sounds very friendly. Why did you choose to make a game like this?
I wanted to make a game that was fun to play, fast, difficult, but something you could also pick up in your lunchtime or just play for half an hour, 45 minutes and enjoy. Didn't want to make for my first game something really, really long or a long and drawn out game.
Did the game become what you originally planned it to become at the start of development?
With this one it did. I wanted to keep it small and something I could get out there and learn, make all the mistakes on this game before releasing a bigger game.
What inspired you to become an indie game developer?
I've always loved programming and gaming. I've been doing it since I was about 8 years old, and just decided that as I've gotten older, I've had the means to make it a career.
Is this your first professional game?
Yes, it definitely is. I've made things for friends and game jams in the past, but this is my first professional release.
What do you think is your best attitude in life?
Just get up and do it, really. Every day, even if you don't feel like it, just get up and do it, and don't whinge about it.
For how long have you been working on this project?
30 Minutes to Extinction, I worked on for 6 months after spending about 2 years learning the engine.
What was your day-to-day process for making that game?
Coffee, lots of coffee, and getting up at 7:30 in the morning and working till about 6 o'clock in the evening.
What will happen to you if you don't have coffee for a day?
I would probably die.
Die, that's bad. Just better buy a lot of coffee in case it's in the store runs out.
Oh, there's always coffee in the cupboard.
Awesome. Will the day-to-day process be the same for the potential future games you will make?
Yes, definitely with the programming wise, I'll definitely be getting up and having coffee and doing the same thing, but many other things would be different.
What were the biggest inspiration for making this game?
Basically having a look around and seeing that there weren't many games that were like it, and that were really challenging enough. People seem to just breeze through it. So I thought if I could make something a bit different, we'll see how it goes.
And what does make this game different from others?
Basically just that. It's hard. It doesn't pull any punches. It punishes you a little bit if you die, but it still rewards you if you do well.
What do you think is the most interesting part of the game?
Trying to get it done as quick as you can and finding the different weapons, and definitely the headshots. The headshots are glorious.
What game engine are you using, and why did you decide to work with this engine?
I'm using UE4. I've used everything from Game Maker through to Unity, worked my way through all of those, but UE4 is just the best one I've found to work with. It's more flexible and a lot hardier than the others.
What setbacks did you encounter during the project, and do you feel like you learned anything from them?
Basically, once you put it out to play test, just all the bugs that you don't realize are in there when you're working by yourself. And it really is valuable to learn from that and go back and fix them and make sure you get it right. And I'm still finding them and fixing them.
If you could go back in time, what would you do different?
I would start this a lot earlier, and I definitely would have stayed in school and got a lot more qualifications in this field.
So you got qualifications, but not in this field.
No, I'm a qualified industrial driller by trade, so completely different to this.
That's interesting. If you can advise a new indie game developer, what will you tell him?
Don't try and make Skyrim online from the start. Make something small, and don't do it to make money at the start. Do it for fun and learning.
What do you feel is success for an indie game developer?
I think for us indies, just getting people to play your game should be what you're looking for, and just see what goes from it from there.
To make other game developers learn, what resources would you recommend?
I'd recommend getting out there and finding friends on Discord. Also, there's so many YouTube tutorials for anything that you need, and just ask people, and they'll help you. Really, is the main one.
What do you think about the current marketing strategies in the indie game industry?
I'm still learning a lot about marketing, which is part of the reason why I'm here. So I think it's changing all the time, and you've got to keep up with it.
Where do you see the indie game market going in a few years?
I think it'll even itself out. At the moment, we've got an explosion of everybody and their grandma trying to make indie games through all the new engines. But I think as time goes on, only the ones that'll stick with it will be around.
Which other indie developers, if any, have offered you support or knowledge in creating the game?
Most of the people that have helped me haven't released games yet, but on my Discord I've got quite a few indie game dev friends who are a lot more knowledgeable than I am, and they've helped me and pointed me in the right direction while I was learning the engine, so they've been invaluable.
Is there an AAA studio you would work for if you could?
I'd definitely work for Bethesda if I could. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Which game, indie or AAA, do you wish you had worked on?
I would have loved to have worked on either Fallout or Skyrim. They're two of my favourite games.
Have you ever worked for other gaming companies?
No, I have not.
Do you want to?
I would love to, but being in New Zealand, it makes it pretty difficult.
Are there no big gaming companies in New Zealand?
No, there's nothing big. Most of them are mobile. The only guys we've got here are the guys that made DayZ, but they're sort of, if you know DayZ, they don't really do a lot.
Well, I do know DayZ, but I don't think I own it.
It's a good game, actually.
Maybe I should get it one day. But did you have any gaming education in school, or did you learn the whole development process on your own? You basically entered this before, but yeah. Yeah.
When I went to school, there was no sort of gaming education at all. I think we had one computer in our computer room. Computers were only just a thing you used to print out stuff, really. So I learned it all on my own.
Where did you grow up?
All over New Zealand. My parents used to move every couple of years, so a new place or a new school every few years. So basically just everywhere.
So you've basically seen the whole country?
Pretty much, yeah. From top to bottom.
Nice. I live in a way smaller country and I haven't seen everything.
It's the same over here. Most people haven't.
What were your childhood interests?
I was quite varied, actually. I was interested in computers and programming, but also I'd quite happily get out there and drive go-karts and ride my bike and get out in the mud. So in between those two.
What is your favorite video game of all time?
It's pretty much an impossible question, that one. Probably the Elite series is my favorite series of all time.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's all based on your opinion, so it doesn't have to be that I agree or something.
No, no. It's just a very hard question because I love so many games.
Yeah, that's true. And what do you think is your favorite video game of this year?
Of this year,
Imagine getting this question in January.
Exactly. I've quite enjoyed all of the new Tomb Raider games that have come out. I quite enjoy playing those. They're entertaining.
Yeah, the new one is Shadow of the Tomb Raider, right?
Yes, that's correct, yes. And I will be looking forward to Fallout 76 when that comes out, so that'll probably be it when it comes out.
Nice. I am out of questions.
Oh, fair enough.
Do you want to say other stuff? I mean, you can tell a lot of stories about your game if you want.
Oh no, I'm pretty good. I'm just quite happy to have people have a look at it and see what they think, and let me know if it's broken and needs fixing anywhere, and I'll be happy with that.
Awesome. I want to thank you for your time for doing this, and all the links to your social media and Steam will all be in the description below, so that people can click on that.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Eddie.